Hey guys, welcome back to another week, another live stream. We're here for the finals, guys. The Roland Garros Women's Finals between Jasmine Paolini and Swiatek. Should be an interesting final. Hopefully, it goes all the way to 3 sets. It's gonna be a big one, big final. So, welcome in to the finals. It's gonna be a fun one. We had the men's semifinals yesterday, where Carlos Alcaraz beat Yannick Sinner in 5 sets, which we were live streaming too. And then we had Andy Zverev and Casper Ruud play. So it'd be Andy Zverev and Alcaraz in tomorrow's finals, which we will also be live streaming tomorrow. Which will also be on our live streaming list tomorrow. Be on our live stream list tomorrow. So the path to the final, the semifinal, is what we're going to talk about now. And what an interesting semifinal we had. We'll start off with the first one. Iga Swiatek versus Coco Gauff in the first semifinal matchup on Thursday. Iga Swiatek won in 2 sets, 6-2, 6-4, to advance to the finals to take on Jasmine Paolini. Now Jasmine Paolini, who beat Mary Andreeva in 2 sets, 6-3, 6-1, to take a trip to the finals today. Number 1 seed versus the number 12 seed. The rankings are going to be as follows when we get out of when the French Open ends today on Monday. The rankings on Monday, when the new rankings after the French Open come out. The post-French Open rankings, as they call it. Paolini will be up there. Paolini will be up there in the rankings. And on the men's side, Yannick Sinner will be the number 1 seed after the French Open. No matter what happens in the finals, no matter if Alcaraz wins the finals, he will probably be number 1 in the world. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I don't think he will be number 1. I'm not too sure. But we're about to get to the finals in about 10-ish minutes. Till the finals here in Roland Garros. Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Tomorrow we do have Andy Zverev versus Carlos Alcaraz tomorrow. Going to be a fun one to watch. Going to be a fun one to stream too tomorrow. Our final French Open match. The final match at the French Open. And then we'll close out the French Open. So, we'll be back with the French Open next year as well. You know, big French Open next year too. So yeah, we're ready to get this started. The match started in about 10 minutes. Getting ready for the match to get started. So, final thoughts before the match started. Let's do our match predictions, as I do think that Iga Swiatek will win, and become back-to-back. So yeah. We got our voting up out there. So vote who you think will be French Open champions in 2024. Yeah. Iga Swiatek, the number 1 seed and number 12 seed. Jasmine Paolini in the finals. Who will be French Open champions? So Iga Swiatek trying to trying to win it for the 3rd straight year in a row. She won it in 2022. She won it in 2023 and is back in the finals to win it again. Iga Swiatek, the 3-time French Open champion, she won it in 2020. She won it in 2022 and in 2023. And in 2023 last year won it, trying to be the 4-time French Open champion. 3 in a row, 4-time champion at the French Open. And of course, Jasmine Paolini looking for her first ever French Open win, or trying to win the French Open. The first, trying to be the first Italian since in 2010, Francesca Scavoni won it in 2010. Trying to be the first Italian since Francesca Scavoni in 2010 to win it. Trying to be the second Italian second or third Italian to win the French Open. Second Italian to win the French Open. So, it's a big task for Jasmine Paolini, but can she do it is the question. Can she do it? Playing Iga Swiatek, who's trying to win it for the 4th time, 3rd in a row. It will be very interesting to see what happens. And then tomorrow, the match between Andy Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz will win. Whoever wins that match will become French Open champions for the first time in their career. So that will be exciting for them. Last year in the French Open finals, Iga Swiatek defeated Caroline Muchova in the finals, 6-2, 5-7, 6-4 to win the French Open last year. Can she win it for the third year in a row? I mean, it's big for Jasmine Paolini to play a player like her, who's won the French Open numerous times, trying to win it again for the fourth time, to be the four-time champion. And the road to the finals, who Iga Swiatek, who beat Vandrousova in the quarterfinals, 6-love, 6-2, to make it to the semifinals, where she played Coco Gauff. That one wasn't easy for Coco, 6-2, 6-4 for Iga Swiatek to make it to the finals. For Jasmine Paolini, she beat Elena Rybakina in the quarterfinals in 3 sets, 6-2, 4-6, 6-4, to make it to the semifinals, playing the 17-year-old Mary Andreeva, which she took care of in 2 sets, 6-3, 6-1, to make it to the finals. And the finals indeed. I think that Iga Swiatek will be French Open champion this year. Incredible player. Trying to win it for the 4th time. You know, trying to win it again. Iga Swiatek in the last major tournament we had back at the Australian Open, lost in the 3rd round to Linda Noskova. In the quarterfinals in the 3rd round. Really didn't have a good start in the Australian Open, but having a good French Open. Really successful on the clay courts. Back at the Italian Open, won the Italian Open against Aryna Sabalenka. Winning in Madrid. Won the last 2 tournaments she entered. One in Madrid, beating Aryna Sabalenka in 3 sets, 7-5, 4-6, 7-6. And also beating Aryna Sabalenka yet again in the Italian Open, 6-2, 6-3. So, she played some top players, Iga Swiatek, going into the French Open. Had a lot of... Won the last 2 tournaments she entered, you know. Ready for this. Jasmine Paolini, who's also playing in women's doubles final tomorrow in the Italian Open, won the Italian Open on the doubles side, so she's looking for back-to-back doubles titles, but lost in the 1st round against Mayer Schiff in the 1st round, and Italy. Tournament before, lost to Mary Andreeva, who she ended up beating to make it to the final today. She did play at the Australian Open, making it to the 4th round, further than Iga Swiatek made it, losing, not having a really good, not really playing a lot of huge stars. But she has had a really impressive French Open. Of course, beating Arena Rabalenka, the number 4 seed. Really impressive. So really hope that it's not going to be easy for Swiatek to win this match. Not going to be easy for Paolini too. Being the underdog in this match, you know, not going to be the easiest match for her. As the players will get out on court shortly. 50% say Jasmine Paolini, 50% say Iga Swiatek. Respectable. They both had pretty good years. I feel like Jasmine Paolini, being the great singles player she is really a better doubles player than she is singles. Just from looking at the path to the finals she had in the doubles. She had an impressive French Open, and the finals are going to be really amazing to watch her play, Jasmine Paolini. But in the past couple tournaments, been more successful on the doubles side, winning the Italian Open on the doubles side. So, you know, really excited to watch the finals today. Iga Swiatek, Jasmine Paolini. The stadium's going to be packed. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. Poland versus Italy. Iga Swiatek versus Jasmine Paolini in the finals. So, it's really exciting for the finals. So, vote on who you guys think will win the finals. 50-50. We'll also stay for the trophy ceremony at the end. I'm excited to watch the finals. I think it's going to be a really good match. Could go anyway. In this point, as Jasmine Paolini makes her way to court Philippe Chatier. Appearing in her first major final, the 28-year-old Jasmine Paolini. She's probably really excited to be in the finals, but still, it's going to be a tall task for her in the finals today. Well, I feel like it's a tough match for her, just because she doesn't have as much experience as Iga Swiatek does in the French Open. Being the 3-time French Open champion, Iga Swiatek got more experience, seeking her fourth French Open title in the past 5 years. So it's like she's got a lot more experience, and I feel like that's kind of what, you know, is playing into the match for Swiatek. With all this experience she's had, played some amazing French Opens, trying to become the 4-time French Open champion. She won it the past 2 years. She's won it 3 times, trying to win her 4th French Open in the past 5 years. Can she do it against Jasmine Paolini? The players are out on court. We are ready to watch an exciting match. A match for the ages. So yeah, I'm excited to watch this match. the finals. It came down to this match. We saw the semifinals on Thursday, and what amazing matches those were. We are in the finals here, and it all came down to the finals. The final match to determine the French Open champions in our second Grand Slam event of the year. Wimbledon will be later this year, but I will not be later this month, but I will not be streaming that. The U.S. Open will be after, which I'll be streaming some of the U.S. Open. So that will be fun. U.S. Open. U.S. Open's out of the four is my favorite to watch. As they're starting to warm up for the match, I think Iga Swiatek's really prepared for this match. Jasmine Paolini, you know, I don't think she knows what to expect playing in a final. She hasn't played in the final before, in a major final. So it's going to be really tough for her. And we are about to get ready, about to get underway any minute as the players warm up. Jasmine Paolini, a very interesting player. Was interesting to watch her at the semifinals, in the semifinals. Semifinals was very interesting. It's going to be an amazing finals, guys. I just feel an amazing match waiting to happen. Iga Swiatek, Jasmine Paolini. The match is going to get underway in a moment's time. In a moment's time. And yeah, Jasmine Paolini's got to use all of what she's learned throughout the tournament. This is going to be similar to the match against Alina Rabalenka. I feel like if Jasmine Paolini plays like she did against Alina Rabalenka, winning in 3 sets, she has a big chance of winning this. You can't just count her out of winning this match, you know. Jasmine Paolini's an amazing player. When she did play Arina Rabalenka earlier in the tournament, her biggest match of the tournament, you know, I feel like she's got a chance. You can't count her out if you think that Iga Swiatek's a better player. You know. Can't just count her out. The finals, where everyone wants to make it at the French Open. Everyone's excited for the finals. And so am I. We're about ready for the finals. The match to start. We're about to get underway in the finals. Whoa! Come on. Yeah, excited for this. We are at the site of where the Olympics are going to be played this year. Right in this very tennis court that's hosting the finals today. Court Philippe Chatrier, named after the former ITF president, former French ITF president. The ITF stands for the International Tennis Association. We're going to get this match underway. Iga Swiatek, the 23-year-old from Jasmine, Poland, 5'9", 23 years old, trying to win her 4th French Open title at the age of 23. At the age of 24. Her 2024 singles record, 42-4. Man. Can she do this? On the other side is Jasmine Paolini. Now, Jasmine Paolini, an incredible player, number 12 seed in this tournament. The Iga Swiatek's journey to the final, Mary Vandrousova, Coco Gauff being some of her toughest opponents. Total time on court in this tournament, 8 hours and 50 minutes. That's a lot of time on court. It's not that. It's a lot for women's on the women's side, because the matches are significantly shorter. On the other side is Jasmine Paolini, who's had a really good trip to the finals. After Elena Rabalenka, it felt like smooth sailing for her. Iga Swiatek to serve first in this match, and we're about to get underway here in Paris. Iga Swiatek versus Jasmine Paolini for the French Open Finals in 2024. Hit from Swiatek, who gets that. Back to out. 15-love. 15-love. Starting it nice and calm for Swiatek early on in this match. Down the line, Swiatek gets it. Cross court from Paolini. Cross court. Swiatek gets it down the line. Paolini gets it down the line for Swiatek, who hit back to Paolini, who hits it out. 30-love. 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 Paolini, the number 12 seed going into this tournament, going to be pretty highly ranked after the French Open. As Swiatek hits this one cross court back to Paolini. Swiatek hits it down the line. Paolini gets it in the air. Swiatek, drop shot. Can't get it to Paolini. Can't get there in time. Point for Paolini. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. As Swiatek hits this one, cross court, back to Paolini in the net. 40-15. 40-15. 40-15. Swiatek trying to get up 1-love early on. Swiatek hits this one cross court down the line for Paolini. Swiatek hits it, going. Paolini gets the return, back cross court from Swiatek. Swiatek gets it down the line from Paolini, down the line from Swiatek. Paolini hits it down the line. Swiatek hits it in the net. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. Just 2 minutes into the match. 40-30 for Swiatek, who hits this one cross court back to Paolini. Paolini couldn't get it. A point for Swiatek, an ace for Swiatek. Swiatek takes a 1-love lead early in the first set. Early in the first set. Early in the first set for Swiatek. Paolini to serve for the first time this match. Paolini to serve for the first time this match. Paolini hits this one cross court. Back to Swiatek, who hits it down the line and out. 15-love. 15-love. Jasmine Paolini, who's 28 years old. I couldn't read that where she was from, in Italy. Hits this one cross court down the line from Swiatek. Cross court down the line from Paolini, who gets this. Back to Paolini, who hits it down the line. Swiatek gets it in the air, but hits it out. 30-love. 30-love. Hits this one from Paolini. Paolini gets it in the net from Swiatek. 40-love. 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 There's Sarah Ernan. I don't know who she is. Jasmine Paolini. Oh, Jasmine Paolini's doubles partner since 2012. Back to Swiatek, who hits it down the line. So does Paolini, who hits it down the line from Swiatek. Cross court. Back to Paolini, who hits this one. Back to Swiatek. Paolini couldn't get it there in time. 40-15. 40-15. Jasmine Paolini is from, born in 1996. She's born in Caslanova di Gaffranaga, Italy, which I do not know where that is. It's a town in Italy in the province of Lucca. I think that's how you spell it, Lucca. That is how you spell it. And that is where she's from. Province of Lucca. I'm not sure. I don't think that's how you say it, though. I think that, I don't know. Tell me in the comments if that's how you say it. Back to Swiatek. To Paolini. Paolini hits it down the line from Swiatek. Down the line from Paolini. To Swiatek. Cross court from Paolini. Paolini gets it. Swiatek couldn't get it. And now they're looking at the mark, it looks like. They're looking at the mark. And it's a play for Swiatek. We're at deuce. We're at deuce. We're at deuce. The Polish fans in the stadium are excited to watch Swiatek play. Swiatek trying to go 2-love up. Cross court. Back to Swiatek. Swiatek hits it. Going for it is Paolini. Swiatek smashes it. Advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. Break point for Swiatek. Break point. Break point for Swiatek. 75% of people say Swiatek over Paolini. Interesting. Back to Swiatek. Second serve for Paolini. Second serve. Paolini hits this one. Back to Swiatek. Back to Paolini. Paolini cross court. Swiatek cross court. Back to deuce. We're back to deuce for the second time. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Hits this one. Swiatek gets it. Second serve. Deuce number 2. Paolini hits this one. Cross court. Swiatek gets it. That one looked like it was heading out. Advantage Paolini. Advantage Paolini. Advantage for Jasmine Paolini. Advantage Paolini. Hits this one from Paolini. Swiatek gets it. Back to Paolini in the net. No, Swiatek hits it out. 1-1 in the first. What a tight first set. 1-1 in the first. 1-1. Swiatek serving. Hits this one out. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Paolini takes 1-1 lead in the first. 1-1 in the first. Swiatek hits this one out, it looks like. Love 30. Uh-oh. Love 30. Love 30. Looks like Paolini's running away with this. With the third game of the set. Up love 30. Love 30. Swiatek hits this one cross court. Back to Paolini. Back to Swiatek, who hits this one. Paolini gets it. Out. 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. Swiatek hits this one. Back to Paolini. Back to Swiatek. Back to Swiatek, who hits it down the line. Paolini gets it. Swiatek hits it down the line. Paolini gets it again. Paolini hits it down the line. Swiatek got there. A little drop shot from Paolini. Swiatek gets the drop shot. but ends up hitting it out. 15-40. 15-40. 15-40. Swiatek hits this one. Break point for Paolini. In the net, second serve. Second serve. Back to Paolini to Swiatek. Out. Point for Paolini. Paolini takes a 2-1 lead in the second. She'll be serving to make it 3-1 in the first. I meant the first, not the second. She'll be serving to make it 3-1 in the first. Wow. This match might be going another direction. 80% of people said Swiatek to win. 20 said Jasmine Paolini. Could be anyone at this point. Could be anyone. Realistically. Really could be anyone's game at this point. Match. Game. Could be anyone's game. Swiatek been 1,095 days since Iga Swiatek lost in Roland Garros. 1,095 days since she last lost at RG Roland Garros. As Swiatek hits this one, back to Paolini. Swiatek gets it. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Back to Swiatek to Paolini. To Swiatek. Back to Paolini. Swiatek gets it. To Paolini. To Swiatek, who hits it down the line. Paolini gets it. Well, hits it out. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Second serve for Paolini. Paolini hits this one to the hands of Swiatek, who hits it down the line. Swiatek gets it back to Paolini, who hits it out. Love 40. Love 40. Love 40. Break point for Iga Swiatek. Love 40. Paolini gets it. Second serve. Break point for Paolini. That one is out from Paolini. Swiatek gets the point. She gets the break. 2-all in this first. An entertaining first set. Swiatek to serve to try and get a 3-2 lead in the first. Trying to get a 3-2 in the first. Wow, it's been an entertaining one. If you guys are just joining us, you missed out. Swiatek gets this one cross court, back to Paolini, back to Swiatek. Paolini hits this one down the line from Swiatek. Swiatek gets it, back to Paolini, back to Swiatek. Paolini gets it, hits it cross court. Swiatek gets it cross court. Paolini had to run for it. Paolini hits this one, back to Swiatek, to Paolini, to Swiatek. Swiatek hits it down the line, back to Paolini, cross court, down the line from Swiatek. Paolini hits down the cross court. Swiatek, cross court, gets it. 15-love. 15-love. Sorry. 15-love. Rally length to 26 shots on the rally length there. 2-all in the second. 2-all in the first. 2-all in the first set. Swiatek hits that one in the net. Second serve. Second serve for Igor Swiatek. Second serve. Hits this one cross court, back to Paolini, who hits it cross court, down the line from Swiatek. She gets it. 30-love. 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 Swiatek hits this one cross court, back to Paolini, who hits it down the line. Swiatek cross court, down the line from Paolini. Cross court from Swiatek, cross court in the net from Paolini. 40-love. 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 Hits this one from Swiatek, who hits it out. 40-15. 40-15. It wasn't going to be that. It's not that simple for Swiatek. 40-15. 40-15. As Swiatek hits this one cross court, back to Paolini. Second serve. Second serve for Swiatek. Second serve. Second serve. Swiatek hits this one cross court, back to Paolini, who hits it down the line. Swiatek cross court, back to Paolini, who hits it cross court. Cross court from Swiatek, cross court from Paolini, back to cross court play. Swiatek hits that one down the line. So does Paolini. Swiatek hits it. Point for Swiatek. 3-2 in the second. 3-2 in the first. 3-2 in the first. Igor Swiatek leads 3-2 in the first. What a match it's been so far. Paolini to serve again. Paolini hits it down the line. Swiatek gets it. Paolini. Swiatek gets it. Hits it. Back to Paolini, who hits it out. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Hits that off the top of the net. Second serve for Paolini. Second serve. Hits this one cross court. Swiatek down the line. Cross court from Paolini, who gets it. 15-0. 15-0. It's going to be a tough first set for Swiatek. It is a tough first set for Swiatek already. Cross court from Paolini. Paolini hits this one down the line. Back to Swiatek. To Paolini, who hits it cross court. Cross court from Swiatek. Out from Paolini. 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. $50-30. Hits this one. Second serve for Paolini. Hits this one cross court. Back to Swiatek. Cross court. Down the line. Down the line from Paolini. Back to Swiatek, who hits it cross court. Down the line from Swiatek, who hits it back and forth play. Back and forth. Paolini gets it. Back to Swiatek. Back to Paolini, who hits that one out. Paolini, who gets it. 30-0. 30-0. Cross court, back to Paolini in the net. 30-15. No, 30-40. 30-40. Back to Paolini. Second serve. Break point for Swiatek. Hits this one. Swiatek gets it. 4-2 up in the first. Swiatek goes up 4-2 in the first. She'll be serving to make it 5-2. And inevitably, if she gets it to 5-2, she'll be serving for the match sooner or later. She'll be serving for the set sooner or later. Sooner or later, she'll be serving for the set. Cross court from Swiatek, down the line from Swiatek, who hits it. Back to Paolini, who hits it. Swiatek hits it down the line. 15-love. 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 Swiatek to serve. Hits this one cross court. Second serve. Second serve. Second serve. Swiatek waiting a little bit. Cross court from Swiatek. Cross court from Paolini. Swiatek hits it down the line. Back to out. 30-love. 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 Uh-oh, 30-love. Swiatek to serve. Cross court in the net. Second serve. Second serve. Swiatek cross court. Back to Paolini, who hits that one. Out. 40-love. 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 Swiatek to serve. Hits this one cross court. Back to Paolini. To Swiatek. Hits it down the line. Paolini gets it. 40-15. 40-15. Tables have turned. 40-15. 40-15. Swiatek to serve. Hits this one cross court. Back to Paolini. Swiatek down the line. Paolini gets it. Swiatek gets it. She does it. 5-2 up in the first. Swiatek goes 5-2 up in the first. Trying to win the set. Trying to win the set. Can she break Paolini's serve to win the set? Or will she do it on her serve? That's the question. That will be answered in a couple moments when Paolini starts serving. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. The voting ends at the end of the first set. The Eiffel Tower in Paris, a beautiful thing if you go to a beautiful thing to see if you go to Paris. I've never been to Paris. Paolini to serve. Serving to try and stop Swiatek from winning the set. Swiatek gets it. Back to Paolini. To Swiatek. Back to Paolini, who hits off the top of the net. Hits the net. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. hit by Swiatek. Back to Paolini. To Swiatek. Down the line from Swiatek. Swiatek gets it. Hits it back to Paolini. Out. 30. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As Paolini hits in the net, second serve. Second serve. Paolini hits this one to Swiatek. Swiatek gets it down the line. Back to out. Love 40. Set point for Iga Swiatek. Set point for Swiatek. Set point. Hits this one cross court. Back to Swiatek. To Paolini in the net. Swiatek does it. 6-2 in the first. Wins the first set in 34 minutes. 6-2, Swiatek in the first. Swiatek will start serving in the second. As she wins the first. 6-2. To the second set we go. Iga Swiatek won the first 6-2. What will happen in the second? What will happen? What will happen in the second set? What will happen? So it's going to be a tough match today. It's going to be tough for Paolini to come back. I don't know why I keep on saying it's going to be a tough match. Because it already is a tough match, right? But it's a tough match for Swiatek, for Paolini to play. We inevitably knew how tough it was going to be. But it's still got the second set to go. Paolini will start serving in the second. Paolini will start serving in the second. So, put your thoughts down below. Oh, we're gonna end the voting. Thank you guys for voting. Second set's about to start. Thank you guys for voting. Iga Swiatek won the voting. 85% of people said Swiatek. 14 said Paolini. And the 7 total votes. Thank you guys for voting. Swiatek to start serving in the second. Hits this one cross court. Back to Paolini, who hits it. Second serve for Swiatek. Second serve. Swiatek gets there. Cross court, back to Paolini. Swiatek hits it down the line. Swiatek gets it in the net. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Second serve for Swiatek. Second serve. Cross court, back to Paolini. Swiatek hits it down the line to Paolini in the net. 15-0. 15-0. 15-0. 15-0. Swiatek to serve. Who hits it cross court, back to Paolini. Swiatek gets it. Cross court to Paolini. Paolini hits this one. Cross court. Point for Swiatek. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. Cross court, back to Paolini. Second serve for Swiatek. Second serve. Cross court, back to Paolini, who hits it out. 40-15. 40-15. Uh-oh, 40-15. The schedule for tomorrow has not been released yet, but we'll go through it once it's been, released. Once it's been released, we'll go through it. Cross court, back to Paolini. Swiatek gets it. Paolini hits it in the net. Point for Swiatek. Swiatek 5 games away from winning the match. 5 games away from winning the match. She only needs to win 5 more games to win the match. She only needs to win 5 more to win the match. Paolini to serve. Swiatek gets it. Back to Paolini to Swiatek. Down the line. Swiatek hits it down the line. 15-love. 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 Swiatek to serve. Paolini to serve. Back in the net. Second serve. No, double fault. 15-0. Hits this one, cross court off the top of the net, second serve. Hits this one back to Swiatek, who gets it. 15-30. 15-30. Hits this one cross court, back to Swiatek. Paolini hits it, back to Swiatek, to Paolini, down the line. Swiatek gets it to Paolini, hits it cross court, back to Swiatek, back to Paolini in the net. 15-40. Break point for Swiatek, 15-40. 15-40. Break point for Swiatek. Break point. Break point. Cross court, fault, no, yes, ace. 30-40. One ace for each of them today. One ace. They both had one ace today. My prediction is the match will go shorter than an hour 30. That's my prediction. It's 44 minutes. I think it'll go under an hour 30. Break point number 2 for Swiatek. Swiatek gets it. We're at deuce. We're at deuce. We're at deuce. Cross court, back to Swiatek, who hits it. Advantage Paolini. Advantage Paolini to tie it up at 1. Advantage Paolini. Back to Swiatek, to Paolini in the net. Back to deuce. Back to deuce for the second time. Advantage Swiatek. Break point number 3 for Swiatek. Trying to get a 2-love lead in the first. Trying to get a 2-love lead in the second. Advantage Swiatek. Hits this one. Back to Swiatek, to Paolini. Back to Swiatek. Back to Paolini, who hits that one out. 2-love. 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 Wow, Swiatek back on serve. 4 more games. And Swiatek will be champion. The countdown has officially begun for Swiatek to become champion. But don't celebrate yet. Don't celebrate yet. If you're a Swiatek fan. Back to Paolini. Swiatek gets it to Paolini. Down the line from Swiatek. Back to Swiatek. Paolini hits that one down the line. So does Swiatek. Cross court from Paolini. Following inner steps. What? 15-love. 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 Tomorrow's schedule has been released, and I'll take a look at it after this in the next commercial break. There it goes. 30-love. In the next break we'll look at tomorrow's upcoming schedule. Back to Swiatek, to Paolini. Swiatek hits it down the line. So Paolini gets it. That one's out. 40 love. 40 love. A chance for Swiatek to go 3 love up in the second. The trophy just sitting there. Ready to be won by anyone. Right next to Swiatek. They put the trophy right next to her. No. No, they didn't. Swiatek to serve. Back to in the net. Second serve. Second serve. Back to Swiatek. Paolini gets it. Paolini gonna get there in time. 3 love Swiatek. 3 love Swiatek. Uh-oh, 3 love. 3 love. So the schedule for tomorrow, the women's doubles match begins at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. So I won't be streaming that. But I'll take a look at that. I'll watch it, but I won't stream it. Women's doubles is going to be interesting because both Coco and Paolini are playing in doubles. So, not together, but they're both playing in the doubles match. The men's finals is at 8:30 a.m. So we'll start off at 8:15 tomorrow in the morning. Let me just fix it. As we're ready for the match. Mm, 15 love. 15 love. We'll start the stream at 8:15 tomorrow, guys. So it's up there on my YouTube channel to stream tomorrow. 15 all. 15 all. So I put it up there, guys. Yeah, it's up there. Down the line, Swiatek gets it. Back to Paolini. Swiatek down the line. 15-30. Uh-oh, 15-30. 15-30. Uh-oh. Swiatek gets it. Back to Paolini. To Swiatek. To Paolini. Paolini hits it off the top of the net. Couldn't get it. 15-40. 15-40. Now this is where Swiatek's just going to run away. Now this is where it all happens. So it's up there if you guys want to put your notifications on for tomorrow's stream. It's up there on YouTube. Back to Swiatek. Swiatek hits in the net. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. So is my European Championship streams. They're up there as well. If you guys are watching the European Championship. Back to breakpoint number 2 for Swiatek. Breakpoint number 2 as Swiatek gets it. Paolini couldn't get it. 4-love up in the second. Swiatek up 4-love in the second. 2 more games. 2. Oh, I say 3. 2 more games and Swiatek will become French Open champions. Yet again, for the 3rd time in a row, Swiatek trying to become French Open champion. The Italians are trying to pump it. I like that section. They've got people in the green shirt, then people in the white shirts, and then people in the red shirts. I like that section. That section's my section. I like what they did. I like what they did with the Italian flag. In the net, second serve. Second serve from Swiatek. Back to Paolini, to Swiatek. Back to Paolini, Swiatek hits it. To Paolini, back to Swiatek, down the line. In the net from Paolini, 15-love. 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 $15-love. 15-love. Swiatek hits this one cross court. Back to Paolini. Second serve from Swiatek. Second serve. Swiatek to serve. Cross court. Back to Paolini, who hits it down the line. 15-0. 15-0. 15-0. Cross court, back to Swiatek. Swiatek hits that one out. No, 30-15. 30-15. Cross court, back to Swiatek. Down the line, Paolini gets it to Swiatek, down cross court, down the line. Hits that one, going. Back to Paolini. Paolini gets it, 30-0. 30-0. 30-0. $30-all. $30-all. Swiatek hits this one. Back to Paolini. Back to Swiatek. Down the line. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. Uh-oh. 40-30. Definitely going to be one of our shortest. Oh. 40-30. Not our shortest screen. Back to Paolini, who hits it out. 5-love in the second. Swiatek, one more game to become four-time French Open champions. Four-time French Open champion. Wow. Wow. Just wow. It's going to be interesting to see what it all comes down to. Iga Swiatek could break serve to win the match 6-1, 6-love. 6-2, 6-love. Sorry. Paolini to serve. Paolini to serve. Cross court, back to Swiatek. Second serve from Paolini. Second serve. Cross court, back to Swiatek, to Paolini. Cross court, back to Swiatek. Swiatek down the line, Paolini gets it. Swiatek down the line, gets it. 15-love. 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 $15, a point for Swiatek. 15-0. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Down the line, second serve. Cross court, down the line. Swiatek gets it. Cross court, down the line from Paolini. Swiatek gets it to Paolini. To Swiatek, to Paolini. Swiatek in the net. 30-15. 30-15. $30-15. To Swiatek, to Paolini. Back to Swiatek, to Paolini. Out. 30-all. 30-all, 2 points away from becoming French Open champion. Uh-oh. Paolini couldn't get it there in time. Oh, she did. 40-30. It looked like that was a point for Swiatek, but it wasn't. Game point for Paolini, not. Back to Paolini. Swiatek to Paolini. Swiatek hits it down the. Paolini hits it down the line. 5-1. 5-1. Swiatek. Paolini trying to win it all in the set. Trying to win. Swiatek trying to win the French Open. Serving for the French Open. Serving for the French Open. Can't believe I'm saying this. But Swiatek serving for the French Open. Serving for the French Open as a fault. Second serve. Second serve. It all comes down to this. Serving for the French Open. Cross court, back to Paolini, who hits it. Out. 15-love. 15-love. 3 more points to go. 3 more points to go. Cross court in the net, second serve. Three more points and then Swiatek will be French Open champion. As she hits this one cross court, back to Paolini. Back to Swiatek to Paolini. To Swiatek. Paolini gets it. Down the line from Swiatek and out. 15-0. 15-0. 15-0. 3 more points to go for Swiatek to be champion. She has to win 3 more points to be champion. Swiatek to serve. Hits this one cross court. Second serve for Swiatek. Second serve. Swiatek hits this one cross court. Back to Paolini. Off the top of the net. Swiatek gets it. Paolini hits this one. Drop shot. Paolini returns it. Drop shot. Paolini couldn't get it. 30-15. 2 more points away. 30-15. 2 points away from becoming French Open champion. Hits this one back to Swiatek. Swiatek hits this one to Paolini. Swiatek gets it. Back to Paolini. Paolini hits this one. Swiatek gets it. Paolini gets it. Swiatek gets it in the air. Out. 30-0. 2 points away from becoming French Open champions. Champion. 30-0. 30-0. 30-0. We've also got, after this, we're going to watch the trophy ceremony. We'll watch the trophy ceremony after. And then it will be over. I told you it would be under an hour, this match. Not under an hour, under an hour and a half. Told you guys it would be under an hour and a half. It's an hour 7 currently, ends the match. The match duration. Back to Swiatek. Swiatek hits it to Paolini. Swiatek gets it to Paolini. To Swiatek hits the net. Oh! Championship point! Championship point! Championship point for Iga Swiatek. Can she do it? Championship point. Championship point. Championship point for Iga Swiatek. Hits this one cross court back to Paolini, who hits it out, and Iga Swiatek wins the French Open for the fourth time in her career. For the fourth time in her career, the third time in a row. Four-time French Open champion for the third time in a row. For the fourth time in 5 years, Iga Swiatek is French Open champions yet again. She won in 2020, 2022, 23, and 2024. French Open champions is Iga Swiatek, who wins the French Open. Wow. Wow. What a match. 6-3, 6-2, 6-love for Iga Swiatek, French Open champion. Celebrating with her parents. Celebrating with her family, with the people in her box. Her coach, her family, her friends in the box. 2-love. She does it. French Open champions. She does it. She does it. She wins Roland Garros for the fourth time in her history, in her career. She wins Roland Garros. We're going to have the trophy ceremony in a bit. Iga Swiatek, she did all she could. Won it here in France. Jasmine Paolini did all she could. She tried her best, and that's what matters the most. Congratulations, her 5th Grand Slam title. She's more successful in Roland Garros than any other tournament, Grand Slam tournament. Way more successful. Because 4 of her 5 Grand Slam wins were in France, were in the French Open. The only other one was, I think the US Open. She's only won 5 Grand Slam titles. She's gonna win many more this year, I feel like. She's got a great chance going into Wimbledon. Great chance going into the US Open. French Open's hers, though. The French Open, she's one of the best clay court players in her generation. In the newer generation. Really good clay court player. The clay court player she is. And we're going to see the trophies presentation in a moment. So yeah. We had amazing semifinals, beating Coco, making it to the finals, beating Jasmine Paolini in straight sets. Wow. What a time to be alive. I thought there was going to be a big upset in the first set. 6-2, 6-love, you know. It was 2-all in this first. went anyway. The game went anyway. It's been an amazing tournament to watch, to just stream the French Open. Going back to championship points, Swiatek was unstoppable. And she becomes French Open champions. Wins her third straight French Open. Fourth French Open in her career. Roland Garros. An amazing place to watch some tennis. The trophy presentation will be up in a moment. We'll have the trophy presentation in a moment. Whoa! What a match this has been. Man, French Open champions. Really something big. Swiatek, French Open champions. French Open champion. And now we switch our focus to tomorrow for the French Open finals. Between the men's French Open final, Andy Zverev, Carlos Alcaraz, 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. It's going to be earlier than this one. 8:30 a.m. It's already up on, the stream's already up on YouTube. But 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Be there. Be ready. Because at 8:15, 8:30, because around 10 a.m. tomorrow, we'll crown, 10, 11 a.m., we'll crown a French Open champion. On the men's side, that's a new French Open champion. No matter who wins, it's going to be a new French Open champion. Carlos Alcaraz trying to win the French Open for the first time in his, well, both of them, it's going to be first time in their career. Carlos Alcaraz, who lost to Andy Zverev in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open, trying to win the French Open. Carlos. Trying all he can to win the French Open. It's going to be tough for him. He has never won the French Open. He's won, that'll be his third French Open, that'll be his first, never won, well, technically, never won the Australian Open and the French Open. If he wins the French Open tomorrow, will be his first ever French Open title. He won Wimbledon back in 2023. Won his first ever U.S. Open in 2022. Won his first ever Wimbledon in 2023. We're about to get the trophy ceremony underway. Never won the Australian Open. Never won the French. The best he's ever done in the French Open. This is the first time he's playing in the French Open finals. Best ever result at the French Open. This year he made it to the quarterfinals but lost to Andy Zverev in the Australian Open. First time he's ever made it to the Australian Open final. First time making it to the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. And here they come out on to receive their trophy. Iga Swiatek, who has never won the Australian Open and never won Wimbledon in her career. 4-time French Open champion. Won the U.S. Open once back in 2022. Made it to the quarterfinals in Wimbledon last year, her best ever result. Made it to the semifinals at the Australian Open in 2022, her best ever result. Never won both the Australian Open and Wimbledon, but won the French Open and won the U.S. Open in her career. So, good for her. And for Jasmine Paolini, her best ever result at the French Open. First time making it to the French Open finals. Never made it past the first round of Wimbledon. Never made it past the second round at the U.S. Open. Never made it past the fourth round at the Australian Open. Her best result ever in her career at any tournament. Yeah. It's going to be, the trophy will be presented to her in a moment. If you guys are waiting for that. There's the umpire from the match, who receives his own award-ish. Well, receives something for being the umpire of the finals. Gets his little tiny trophy that looks like a plate. So silly, that trophy. It looks like the top of a container. One of those, you know what I'm talking about. Top of one of those container or something. And there's Jasmine Paolini to receive her second place trophy. I don't know how much you get if you win. You get 2.61. You get $2 million for winning the French Open. There's Jasmine Paolini getting her second place trophy. And here comes Iga Swiatek to receive her trophy for winning the French Open. There she is. Receiving her trophy for winning the French Open. 4th time in her career, 5th majors title. One of the best women's on clay. 4th French Open title. Her most successful surface is on clay. Iga Swiatek does it. Wow, she's so much taller than the other. Wins her trophy, shows it off, celebrates, and that does it for us. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Igor Swiatek is champion 2023 French Open 2024 French Open champion. We'll see you tomorrow for the French Open finals on the men's side. Thank you guys for joining.